Hello, beautiful friends. It feels so good to be back. I have missed you so much, but I did have a wonderful time seeing the kids. I got my Kurt and Amanda fix, so I feel refreshed and ready to go. So today's video is just a continuation of what I did, what was it, about a week ago. It's my top favorite that I have purchased this year in 2024. So it's actually my top three. I don't think I don't know. I don't think I worded it right in the first video. So these are my top three favorites, pretty much in every category that I have used this year. Actually, products I used the most in 2024 that were new purchases. So hopefully this makes more sense. But if you didn't see that video, I'll place a link somewhere around here so you can just click on that and see that one first. So I didn't do them in any particular order, kind of, but yeah, these are the top three products I do reach for the most in every category. All right, there's a lot to go through, so let's just get started. So yeah, like I mentioned, I don't think I worded that correctly in the first video because even when I was editing it, I was like, what am I talking about? What am I trying to say? But yeah, it was the top three products in every category, basically, that I have reached for the most in 2024 that were new purchases to me. So yeah, these ones I just find that I grab for the most. I just feel like they were the best purchases so far, products that I really enjoyed and were good quality. So that's what we're doing today, part two. And like I mentioned, I had the best time seeing the kids. I mean, their house is absolutely beautiful. I was so happy that we were able to share that huge moment with them. This is their second home, but it was a big purchase, and this is where they're going to be staying for the rest of their lives, including if they have children, everything. Again, I think I mentioned before, her parents do live in Arizona, they've had a place down there for years since Amanda was a kid. So once her dad fully retires, they're going to be living down there full time. So I knew this was coming, and hopefully one day, Daryl and I will be able to go down there and find somewhere to live very close to them. That's my goal. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you, but let's get into this makeup. I'm really excited about today's choices that I brought down because, like I mentioned, I had a very hard time coming up with my top three because I don't know, more than that. I have like top five, top six in a lot of the categories, but if I wanted to do this, I had to come up with something. Foundation and eyeshadows were the hardest. I will admit that. So let's start with the eyeshadows. And the palette that I chose was this one here by Lamora. It's called the Nude Shadow Palette. This was such a find. Actually, one of our great friends here told me about this palette. She said, I think there's a dupe over on Amazon for the Natasha Denona. I need a nude palette. And boy, was she right. I mean, this is so close. It's almost scary. So, and this one's only like $9.99, and I think this one's $69. So if you didn't see this comparison video, I did one. I'll link that somewhere as well up here if you want to check that out and see the two in action side by side. But today I'm going to use this one because, again, for $9.99, this is an amazing palette. So let's come up with a look. I'm going to try to rush through this. I don't want it being super long. I know I said that last time, but today I'm really going to mean that. So I am going to use this primer. This one I got in one of my Boxy Charms. It's called True and Luscious, and it's just called Angel Eyes. Matter of fact, I went on a shopping spree with makeup. I mean, I don't know what got into me. They had the Sephora sale. I did buy a few things there. I didn't go crazy on that, but there were other things, I don't know. They're products I've been really wanting to try since I saw it over on Instagram on Trend Mood. And so I'm super excited about that, to try those products and share them with you. So I think for the next few weeks, I'm going to have basically like a foundation Thursday because I purchased a lot of foundations, and you guys know complexion products are my thing. That is the one thing that I really have a hard time passing up. Okay, so yeah, so keep an eye out for that. I'm going to be having just a foundation Thursday, I think, and it's going to be like a wear test. And I don't even think I'm going to be doing much of other makeup on those videos. Anyway, let's get into this palette. I think I'm going to start. I think I'm going to start with this shade here, just a nice soft neutral shade, and I'm just going to place that all over. There is a mirror here, all over the lid, just to have that as a base. And like I mentioned too, how I'm purchasing all this new makeup. I finally started getting paid through YouTube. So I'm taking, half, a little bit more and putting it back into the channel. And that's how I'm able to buy all this new makeup because otherwise, I don't know what I'd be doing to tell you the truth, because my bank account was really going down there for a while, because it's really, expensive to be, a beauty creator because you have to buy all this new makeup. But I'm super happy that things are happening. And again, thank you so much for those of you who watch my videos. I truly appreciate it. And it really does help all of us, because now I can go out and buy new makeup to show you guys. And again, if you want something to be reviewed, please let me know in the comments and I'll do my best to look into that product. Okay, so today, I don't know, I think I just want to do something spring. So I think I'm going to go, oh gosh, this is where I always run into a problem here. But let's go into this shade here, cinnamon. Even though it's a little warmer, I think I can really brighten it up with some other shades that are in here. And of course, here I go. I can never find my brushes. So I'm going to go into this shade, cinnamon, and start on my outer corner and just do some circular motions. I've been finding that this is just the easiest for my hooded eye. And then I just drag, the color right across the lid here in like a windshield wiper of fashion. So as you can see how well that just blends in, this formula is really unbelievable. And now I'm just going to go around the edges and really diffuse that by doing a circular motion. So I'm just going to do a simple eye look today, because I do want to go through all of these products here. So that looks pretty good. And now I'm going to go into a more flat brush here. And I think I'm going to go into, I think it's called Enigma, this shade right here. And again, even though it looks a little toasty, there is like a little bit of pink in the undertone. So let's try this out and see what happens. Yeah, this is such a close palette to the Natasha Denona. I mean, it is just ridiculous. The only main difference that I found in this is I think this is like, what is this, 12 pans, and I think the Natasha Denona is 15 pans. So there's 3 shades missing, and honestly, the 3 shades that are missing, it's really not a big deal, for the price difference that it is. So yeah, this is an amazing palette. If you were looking into that other one, the Natasha Denona, and really just didn't have the money to spend, or just didn't want to spend $70, definitely look into this one. And it's on Amazon, $9.99. Pretty impressive. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Again, I just don't want to do something crazy. I just want something soft today, but I want the star of the show to be this one here, the Quartz. This is such a beautiful pink shimmer. So I'm just going to place this on my ring finger, and let me tell you about these shades here. They are so creamy, and the glitter doesn't fly everywhere. You don't need glitter glue or anything like that. It almost comes off as I don't know, maybe a more satin or metallic finish, but whatever it is, it's absolutely beautiful, and you can really build up on it. So this is just a light application of that, but I'm going to place a little bit more just so you can see how much you can build up on this and really brighten it up. That's what that looks like. Isn't that beautiful? It's just very subtle. So now I think I'm going to go into, just to deepen up that outer corner, I think I'm going to go into, let's go into Eclipse here, this deep shade, just very lightly, just to deepen up, like I mentioned, this outer corner. I'm not going to go crazy with it, just to add a little bit of depth. Honestly, I'm very happy with how this looks. So I'm just going to do the other eye. I'll come back and I'll share the rest of my favorites. So eyeliner I find myself reaching for a lot is this one by Laura Geller. I absolutely love her products. So you're probably going to be seeing a lot of her products in the next video. But it looks like this is more like a kohl type eyeliner. So, and it looks kind of thick, and I was a little intimidated by that as well. But it's actually quite easy to work with. So I'm just going to place that right at the lash line as close as possible. And again, because I do have mature hooded eyes, I just find it easier to kind of stamp it on. And then I'm going to take one of her little brushes here, this little flat angled brushes, make sure that's clean. And now I'm just going to kind of blend that in. And then what you can do as well, on the outer corner, just place a little extra than usual. And then I take that same angled brush and I'm just going to drag it upward just to create a little wing. That's why I love using these kind of eyeliners anymore. As I get older, you know, my lids are becoming way more hooded, more wrinkly, so they're not as taut as they used to be. And, you know, I just find that the skin is just kind of moving all around and it's much harder to work with. So using a pencil eyeliner or something like that, or even eyeshadow, I find is way more easier. Okay, and for mascara, what I chose to bring down to share with you is this one here by City Beauty. At first, I was just kind of unsure about this one because, again, right out of the tube, when you first get it, it is questionable on a lot of mascaras. But this one, the more that I've used it, I really enjoy it. And what's nice about this one is it does have benefits, you know, to help make your lashes grow. So let me just show you the one. It's one of those old school ones, which I absolutely love. I like these way better. I just find that they really separate the lashes. Let's just do a few strokes so I can show you how easy and how nice this mascara is. It just really separates the lashes very quickly. So that's just a few strokes. As you can see, the difference that that made. So what I'll do is do 2 coats. I'll come back and I'll show you what the lashes look like and again go through the rest of the products. Okay, so that is basically 2 coats, and as you can see, it really does create a lot of length, a volume, and yeah, ever since, you know, about 2 weeks after I started using it, it just got better and better. And I remember when I first reviewed it, I didn't like it because I went to go flick it away and it kind of smeared. Well, for some reason, now it just flicks away very easy. And that is super important to me because, like you've seen, I make a huge mess with my mascaras. Okay, so let's get into the complexion products, which is, you know, my favorite. So what I chose to bring down is first I am going to just clear things up here first. I'm going to take a little blotting sheet here and remove any excess oil or skincare that is just sitting on top of the skin. This will really help with your longevity of your foundations and stuff like that. I have found for myself because otherwise this is just kind of sitting on top of my skin. Okay, for the pore filler, what I brought down is this here by Dr. Brandt. I really like this. It's great because it is medicated, so it's going to work over time as well to really minimize your pores and really just shrink them. And what's nice about it too is it really does control my oils throughout the day. And the foundation that I brought down, I just been finding myself reaching for this quite often, and it's called About Face the Performer. Now, the great thing about this is you can find this at Ulta, at the store, and online. And I just checked before I came down, it's on sale for like $15. So that is super affordable, and it's just an amazing foundation. It has 45 shades. I mean, that's pretty impressive. And I got mine in the shade, it's LM2 Neutral. Now, the only thing with this is it's a little deep for me. It's going to be perfect for me in summer, so I am going to alter it just a little bit, but I will show you the shade of what it is without altering it at all. So as you can see, it is just a little bit deeper than my regular skin tone. So what I'm going to do is just add a little bit of a blue pigment, and this is through e.l.f. So I really like this one. Now, the only thing is, you know, you don't get a lot of product. The one from LA Girl, you get a lot more product. So I'm just going to add a little bit of blue. And what this will do is neutralize this a little bit so it doesn't look as yellow on me. So I'm going to look a little crazy right now, but it will make sense in a minute. So now I'm just going to take this applicator and add a little bit. Now, what I did like about this as well is you don't need a lot of product. It is a thicker a formula, so I find a little bit goes a long way. And when I did a wear test on this, if you want to see this in action and the 8-hour wear test that I did on this, again, I'll place that video somewhere around here and also in the description box. That way you can take a look at, how it did last all day. So as you can see how it just neutralizes that yellowness that was in the foundation, and now it's super close to my regular skin tone. What's nice about this too is you can build it up or you can wear it, super sheer. So it's just a very versatile little product here. And I know when I first blend this out, it looks crazy because of the blue, but I promise you it does blend in just fine. So yeah, if you ever use a blue pigment, don't be frightened. You're like, oh my gosh, it's not blending in. I'm going to look like a Smurf. No, it will blend in and you'll be okay. Yeah, this is such a beautiful foundation. I mean, there's really not a lot of messing around with it. It just kind of applies perfectly. I find that I don't have to use a sponge when I do use this. It just looks so skin-like, and I love the glow that I have. It's not too glowy and it's not too matte. So yeah, this is just absolutely gorgeous. And the concealer that I brought down that is new to me in 2024 that I just find myself reaching for all the time is this one here by Natasha Denona. Now, I was very apprehensive about buying this because it is kind of pricey, but it is a beautiful concealer. So how I like applying my concealers anymore is actually taking it and placing it on the back of my hand. I know I'm kind of opposite with my foundation, but I do place a little bit on the back of my hand like this, and then I take my concealer brush, what I'm using is my Angie Hot and Flashy, and I'm just warming it up on the back of my hand and just kind of, blending it into the brush. And then what I do is go in and apply that under the eye. I'm just finding that it's a much smoother application, a more even, and that way I just have a little bit more control of the, how much product I'm using and where I'm placing that. So now I'm just going to place a little bit on this outer edge. And then what I do is just take my finger and blend that in. And again, same with the inner corner. And then whatever's left on my finger, I'm just going to drag that across the under eye because I don't want a lot of product directly in my wrinkles. So I'm just finding that that works best for me. And as you can see, this coverage is absolutely beautiful. It's creamy. So this is just the best way for me to use this concealer. Okay, I think I forgot to mention the shade in the Natasha Denona concealer. It's N4. Okay, so another amazing purchase that I did in 2024. This was an amazing find. I will probably repurchase this over and over, and it's this here. This is like a dupe to the Charlotte Tilbury. I mean, how close is this? This is so amazing. So it is a wand. It looks identical to her product, but I love how creamy it is. It just blends in so easily. And also what I love about this product is you can open and close it. Like, I don't know, other ones at the drugstore, they say that they do, but I could never figure it out. So it became a very messy. As you can see, this one is not messy whatsoever. So I'm just going to place a little bit under my lip as well. And now I'm just going to grab my brush here and just blend this in. But as you will see how quickly this blends in, it's like the perfect little shade. I will say I have had the best luck finding makeup over on Amazon. And honestly, what I do, even when I'm at the drugstore, if I see something that I want, I will check Amazon first because a lot of times it's much cheaper on Amazon. And honestly, I've never ran into any problems with anything being, expired. I don't believe. There may have been one time, and I think it was actually a Laura Geller product, to tell you the truth, and it was an eyeliner, but that was the only time, and I buy a lot of makeup on Amazon. So again, I don't know if I'm just very lucky. And also I found some great dupes and I found some not so great dupes. So, sometimes you just got to be careful with the purchases, and a lot of times you can return the product as well. So, Okay, so I just placed a little bit on the side of my nose here just to create a little bit of shape. And now for the blush, what I chose to bring down that was a great purchase in 2024 was this one by e.l.f. This was their camo, I believe the camo blush here, camo liquid blush. And I got mine in the shade Suave Mauve. So it does have like a little applicator here. Now, how I like applying this one as well as placing it on the back of my hand, because I find if I go directly on my face, it is just way too potent. So what I do is just place it on the back of my hand and just rub it into the bristles and just to go in that way. Otherwise, like I said, it's just very pigmented and you could go overboard very quickly. But look how beautiful that is. It's very smoothing. I just find that it's blurring. So it's a beautiful product and it's super affordable. Did you guys pick up any of these blushes? If so, I would love to hear your thoughts on it and if you have a favorite shade. So yeah, I would like to get actually more of their shades, maybe more spring, because I think I purchased like a lot of more warm toned ones, but this one is really pretty. Okay, and the powder that I brought down is this by Moira, and I can't remember if I did get it in 2024, but if not, it was very close to the beginning of 2024. And what's cool about this is there's 3 different shades in here. So again, this is a very close dupe to the Givenchy or whatever that's called. You know, the way that they did the system to this, and also it's just very finely milled. And I do remember taking this down when I saw the kids. So now I know it was in 2023, but it was right at the end. I took it down and I wanted to compare it to my daughter-in-law's powder, which is the Givenchy or Givenchy, or whatever it's called, a powder. And we honestly could not tell the difference. So there you go. And I really did, you know, I had her try it because she has a very good eye with that, especially with if something is real or not. And she really had a hard time. She actually thought this side, when I showed it to her, was a Givenchy. As you can see, that just kind of softened everything. Everything's not super glowy. It's very lightweight. It doesn't look powdery, but it's just a very pretty powder. I really do enjoy this powder. Okay, and to deepen up my cheeks, because I do like applying a little bit more blush, because that is the first thing that does fade. I brought down this one. This is absolutely beautiful by Essence. This is new, and I got mine in the shade Rosy Rosewood. And what I love about this, it's a baked blush. These are like $3.99, and it just has a little bit of glow to it. It just reminds me a lot of like the Milani or my Laura Geller. So hopefully I did bring down my favorite brush, and I did. This one here, my little stippling brush. And this is Eco Tools, the 360. I get asked that all the time. But as you will see, this will just darken everything up just slightly. And I'm applying just a little. And again, this is very long lasting and very smoothing on my mature skin. Okay, so we're getting close to the end, and I think I'm going to go back into the palette here. And I think on the outer corner, I'm just going to go in with this shade here, just to really deepen up this outer edge, and just place a very little. I want to be, again, a little softer. So I probably have enough on this brush to do, nope, maybe not, both sides. So I don't know if I mentioned to you, I'm actually going back down to see the kids in June, so not too far away. So when I left this time, it was like, okay, bye. See you guys in like 8 weeks. But we're going back down because Amanda's turning 30 years old, and I really want to be there to celebrate that milestone with her as well. And we're going to be there for 10 days. So that is going to be a fabulous vacation for us. I am so excited about that. It's going to be warmer. We'll be able to use the pool quite often. Even though when I was there, we did go in the pool. Thank goodness their pool is heated. In Arizona, I was shocked that it was heated because it was chilly down there. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my gosh. It actually was, I don't know, like high 70s, and One day it was like in the 60s, and I don't know, I didn't think that it got that chilly in Arizona, but it is a desert, so I don't know what I was thinking. Okay, so everything is looking absolutely flawless. I think this is why I absolutely love these products, and most of everything that I use today is super affordable. So let's just do the lips and then we're going to be all done. Okay, now for lips, I did find a lot of new products in 2024. So this one was also a little bit difficult for me. So this is new, but this actually was easy. This is by NYX. Their lip liners are amazing. And for the longest time, I didn't purchase this particular one here because you do have to sharpen it. But I absolutely love this formula. It is so nice. And this is in the shade a Magic Maker, I believe. But as you'll see, how creamy and easy this is to apply. Isn't that just beautiful? And what I love about their lip liners is you basically could just wear this and a little bit of lip gloss and be really good. Okay, and the lipstick that I chose, this is by Wet n Wild. I absolutely love this formula. It has new packaging. I just absolutely love it. And this is in the shade Hush Little Beige, and this is what it looks like here. So this is a more matte formula, but they're super creamy somehow, and they last a very long time. Because usually, like the Wet n Wild ones, they're just super dry, but this one isn't. It's very, very creamy. So this is today's final look. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you enjoyed seeing what I'm reaching for the most in 2024. And also, I would love to know if any of those are your favorites or if you tried any of them. Let me know in the comments. And also, all the videos I mentioned earlier will be in the description box below, along with all the other products I used today. And if you do have any time, please check out those videos. It really does help me out. And also, if you would do me a huge favor and hit that like button, that also helps me out so much. And I truly, truly appreciate it. All right. I can't wait to see you guys again. I love you so much. And until next time.